Hello Ducati, you're gonna get a new friend soon. Like an old reliable dog, it doesn't know that this was its last trip and it's gonna get put down. And here she is, the R1300 replacement, my new F900 GS. Now we are changing a few bits on this straight away. Well, straight away when they get delivered. I've got a pipe coming to remove the resonator box, and I've got a new end can, and I've got some Karoo 4s to go on it. And then Fred and I are going to upgrade the suspension and the wheels. And I need to get rid of that tail because that pokes out too far. But I do like this. It's important to do the first mod on the bike while it's still in the fucking showroom. Time to get these pegs off. Well, there you have it, the F900 GS. A bike, I said in my review, for the eagle eyes of you that have seen that review, said it's a great bike, but it's not for me. Yet here we have one, parked in the garage. Looking very lovely, next to the Ducati Monster. Now, at the time I said that on that review, this was a great bike, you can wring its neck, and it don't get out of hand. The height is a thing, I can't say otherwise. But why have I got it? Because when I bought my my R1300 GS, I bought a Tramontana and put an Akrapovic on it, and it was the most expensive version was available at the time. Because I've always been enough of a pretentious knobhead to go, what's the best version of the thing I want to buy, and that was it. And I stand by it to anybody that a small girl going past the scooter on my garage. The R1300 GS is the best motorbike money can buy, excluding the gearbox. You put the ASA into the mix, it is the pound for pound best motorbike money can buy. But nobody needs a motorbike to be that good. I don't need a bike to handle like that as an off-roader or adventure. I don't need a bike to be that powerful as an adventure. I don't need that much tech. And it had all this stuff that as I said it in my why am I getting rid of it, it sanitized the experience of riding a motorbike to such a degree that I didn't want to fucking ride it no more. I'll take the Monster. It's got a full race system on it. You hit the overrun on the downshift with the quick shift and it's pop, pop, pop. Making a hell of a noise. Character. The MT-09 SP is a better bike than that, but I wouldn't buy that either. But it is a better bike. And it's come to my realization that better, I mean, it's taken me I'm 46 in 2 weeks. It's taken nearly 46 years to realise that best isn't necessarily best. Now, I've said it so many times with bikes, yeah, this is going to be one I keep, and hopefully I'll keep this one. We are going to do some work. As I said earlier, we're going to change the exhaust, get rid of the resonator box, sort out the tail tidy. In fact, we're going to mod the subframe a little bit to take off the lugs where the rear pegs were, and we're going to do something with the back to do the tail tidy. We're looking at changing the wheels. We're going to upgrade the front suspension, and then Fred's going to ride it better than I can. In fact, there's a picture you can see I'm going to put on the screen now. There, that was about 2 hours ago, and that was Fred's from Boxerworks dad who took it for a bit of a spin. Now he can ride a bike way better than I can as well, but that bike had 40 miles on it and it looks like that, but that's what it's for, right? So we'll have another quick look around now at the bike. I mean, there is the review I've done already, but I've just really enjoyed it today. I've been on roads where I'd normally ride like a bit of a bellend, and I was just happy chilling and just pootling along. Its natural competition is the T7, as we all know, and the Desert X, and having ridden the Desert X but not the T7, the Desert X is not as built as well as that. And why didn't I get a T7? It's a good question. 2 reasons I didn't get a Desert X. Because I was getting rid of my GS, I needed to go to BMW to get the best price possible, and I did, and they were very generous in their bid. Thank you very much to them. And if I'd got the T7, I'd have always wondered what the F900 was like. But having the F900, I don't wonder what the T7 is like. Not enough to want one. So I guess that's answered my question. Now this project will sit alongside Barry. It probably will take a bit of precedence over Barry, frankly speaking, because he's nearly finished. Well, that's nearly finished. Barry is going off to get the gearbox stuff done next week. So it is going to move slowly. But what I did have to buy is I got a new bike, and the bike is very tall. I had to get some new tool boots. That extra bit will hopefully allow me to touch the floor a bit better. Interestingly, these climbs, the soles are made by Michelin, which is cool. Anyway, for those that have been interested in why I got rid of that bike, I really appreciate all the subscribers and all the views that's had. That's been amazing. Thank you so much. We're going to take this bike onto an interesting journey, and Fred will take this off-road properly. I mean, he's won so many things. He'll be able to really put this bike through its paces, so that's going to be exciting to see. But let's have a look around. As I said, we're replacing the exhaust. It doesn't sound too terrible from stock, if I'm perfectly honest, but I'd like it louder. Oh, squeeze past it, okay. That resonator box is going. There's a pipe that Arrow make for 100 quid that will replace that. Arrow do a set of headers as well, but I don't think I'm going to decat it. I think it'll be loud enough anyway, and I might as well keep that for now. Although we might try to replace this for a bit of carbon fibre or something sexier. This is the lugs I was talking about. We are going to take them off, and right in there you can see open holes in that bit of frame, which I'd like to get, because that's box sectioned in. I'd like to get those plugged. And then on this tail section here, we are, where are we? I can't really show you. That bit of metal just ends there and it's open. So, but we are going to make the back of the bike that shape and get rid of all this and remount all of that to get rid of that massive overhang. But all in good time. The ergonomics are great. The seat is a little hard. I won't say otherwise. I do love the tinted visor. Sorry, for tinted screen. And we are looking to see if we can get KYB internals for these forks. So if anybody knows that if it's possible or not, leave me a comment. Otherwise, it's a full fork upgrade. And Fred tells me we want XL wheels. It means nothing to me, but it means something to him. What I will say, these brakes are a lot less grabby than the GS brakes, which I do prefer, to be honest with you. And for a supposed little bike, let's say, it does have a very good stance, and it does have some height to it, which I think is very, very good indeed. And the last thing I'll say is, I got rid of my 1250 earlier this year, and I lost 5 grand. And I got rid of that 1300, and I lost over 3 grand. A fool and his money are easily parted. If you feel the need to judge me in my financial boobery, don't bother. I've got my own conscience to do that, and a wife. But maybe this is the one. Maybe it's the first time I've bought a bike, like I said, that isn't what I believe to be the best version of it. It's just a good little bike. And I think why I like it so much, it's so different to the Monster. Whereas you could ride the Monster very similarly to riding the 1300. And I don't want 2 bikes that do the same thing. And then when Barry's done, he'll be there for looking at. I am driving to Devon on it, or riding to Devon on Saturday and back. So that'll be interesting to see about fuel consumption and its sort of mid-range comfort. But all those things are more than manageable. And again, thank you to everybody who subscribed on the last video and watched and hit like. If you didn't subscribe, please hit subscribe. It would be nice that at least all this money I'm spunking and this time that I'm doing on bikes was of interest to some people. And with that, cheers.